All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you may be watching this. Welcome to Plant Based Homestead Prepper, where my name is Roderick Chappelle, and here at Plant Based Homestead Prepper, we make prepping fun. So, today's topic for our morning motivation, which this series started a couple days ago, because by nature, I am just a motivator. I'm an inspirer. I'm a congratulator. I'm one of those people who would be your biggest cheerleader, and I believe that's why I went ahead and got my life coaching certificate, so that I could just have a piece of paper that says, you know what, I'm certified to cheer you on. Okay, so this morning is, even through food shortage, food crisis, or famine, do you have the will to live? And this is all spinning from our last little chat that we had, because I was talking of how much I love life and how much I love the miracle of life itself. And I'm gonna give you an example, okay? You can take a tomato out of your local grocery store. You can go today and take a tomato. Pick up any tomato, okay? I like Romas. I like big beefs. But pick up any tomato that you purchase. Don't steal it, okay? But you pick up a tomato that you purchase, and you actually go to the cash register, put your money on the counter, or swipe your card, take that tomato home. And this is something I used to eat all the time, but I don't eat meat anymore. But let's say you're gonna make yourself a BLT. Now, unfortunately for that pig had to die for you to eat that bacon. That tomato, however, okay, that tomato can still live. You can slice that tomato, and you can put a couple slices of that tomato on your BLT with your lettuce. You can even take the lettuce and do it the same way. But I'm talking about tomato because I know it's easy to grow. You take that tomato, slice it, and as long as you have a piece of that tomato that's sliced, that's, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 inch thick, and make sure it has seeds. You know, most of the time the middle of the tomato has the most seeds. You take that and you put it in a pot of good soil, organic soil, or potting soil, or whatever. And here in about 10 to 14 days, you will have tomato plants sprouting and starting to grow. Now you tell me if that's not amazing, okay? You tell me if that's not amazing to watch. Same thing with animals. Everything that's living that can reproduce will have a seed. All right? Everything that's living that can reproduce will have a seed. That's how you know it's something good to eat for you. Because if you're eating things that don't have seeds in them, then that has been genetically modified. Okay? Just for a little education there. Because I know we grew up eating watermelons, and watermelons had seeds in them. I'd be like, oh my God, all these seeds in this watermelon. Oh, the watermelon would be excellent. But I didn't like the seeds. And then when seedless watermelons came out, I thought that was the best thing since sliced bread. Now that I'm an adult and I'm more educated, I'm like, oh yeah, give me the seeded watermelon, because I know it hasn't been modified. And whether you believe in God, or you believe in Gaia, which is the planet, or you believe in the universe at large, whatever and however you believe, you might be even believe in your holy higher self, Buddha, Krishna, it doesn't matter if you're Catholic, Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, Methodist, Episcopalian, doesn't matter. We're all humans, okay? And I wanted to run all that down because, you know, as we talk, sometimes we're gonna get into some beliefs and some no's. All All right. A lot of people have beliefs on how you should live and beliefs on what happens after you die. All right. I like to concentrate and focus on the things that we know. We know that we can grow food. All right. We know that we can take certain things. Okay, let's go back to that bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Let's just say that you're going to have a BLT today. 2 of those 4 things that it's going to take to make that sandwich can live again or alive, because you can't reproduce life if you're dead already, right? The pig we know is dead. The grain we know is dead because it's been baked and it's been cooked, okay, for the bread. So those 2 things are dead. The lettuce and tomato, they're still alive, and I'm gonna prove it to you. Back to that same tomato. If you buy lettuce, and I'm talking about good lettuce like romaine, or that's about all lettuce we eat. If you cut it at the bottom, okay, and you got about 2, maybe 2.5 inches, 3 inches of the bottom. If you put that in water and let it sit for like 2 to 3 days, that lettuce will start regrowing. You can then take that and then put it in some potting soil or some organic soil, dirt, and it will start growing more lettuce, believe it or not. So we're talking about living, we're talking about life this morning. Do you have the will to live? We're currently, for those that don't know, we're currently in a food shortage. No matter what anybody tells you right now, we're in a food shortage. And right now also, we have not been able, I'm talking about we as in my family right now. Every year I grow a garden. This year, 2019, was the hardest garden I've ever grown, and normally it is very easy for me to grow food. Normally. This year was tough. And when I started having problems producing food, I started doing some research, and I found out that all across the country, and even up in Canada, and some other parts of the world, people were having a hard time growing food. So, after me researching for an extended period of time, I found out we were in a food shortage. And the next stage of a food shortage could go into food crisis. And after food crisis, it's like all-out famine, right? Which means nobody has any food. Right now, food is just short. You're gonna see it appear and disappear in some locations, and most of the time it's gonna come back. Most of the time. However, if we ever get to the point where we move from food shortage to food crisis, which means now it's hard to get food, and if we ever move from food crisis down to famine, that means it's almost impossible to get food. Do you have the will to live, or are you going to be one of those people that's going to check out as soon as some adversity comes? So I'm gonna give you a few things that I think that will help you not only have more of a will to live, but to fall in love with living and fall in love with life itself. Okay? And I'm talking about living, breathing creatures and the planet at large, because the planet at large is alive. All right? Why? Because the planet, she produces life. Okay? You throw that tomato seed off into the soil that's good soil on the planet, she starts producing, just like that. I grew peas indoors. I'm learning slowly to grow without a sunlight. Good for you, Miss Rosenberg. That is awesome. I am very, very happy to hear that. I teach growing food. I teach that. I teach you have to learn that skill and that craft. So good for you. And we are literally probably about 5 minutes away from our destination. So I got to hurry up and wrap this up. Maybe we'll have to have come in and have to have a part 2. So the first thing that you can do that will start giving you more of a sense of life and living and appreciate life is start drinking better water. Okay? Start drinking better water. This is a great brand of water, Fiji. Okay? Great brand of water. You want to start drinking more high pH water so you can start drinking life and drinking alkalinity into your body. All right, that's number one. And I may have to come back and give you guys the reasons why you want to do these. But that's the first one. Start drinking better water. Number two, start appreciating your life a lot more. Start appreciating your life a lot more. A lot of us do a lot of complaining. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. I wish this was different. I wish this was better. And so on and so forth. But if you really sit back and you look and you think where you are and where you used to be and where you are going, or where you came from, and you really truly appreciate that, then life as you know it will be a lot better. All right? Had to take y'all down because I was pulling up. I was gonna be sitting next to a policeman, and I don't want that smoke today. You know what I'm saying? All right. So number one, drink better water. Number two, start appreciating your life. And then number three, start looking at the planet as a whole, as a living, breathing entity. All right? Start looking at the planet as a living, breathing entity that sustains, not only produces, but sustains life here on this rock that's rotating, that's moving through space, all orchestrated to be doing this, the exact thing that it needs to be doing at the exact time to produce life on this planet. Okay? Oh, wonderful video. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's what the morning motivational videos are all about. They're supposed to be thought-provoking. They're supposed to be inspirational. They're supposed to be motivational. That's why it's called morning motivation. So hopefully, by you guys joining in on morning motivation, hopefully it will help you have a more productive day. And then when we come back in at another time, you guys can be like, you know what? I learned this on morning motivational. I started applying it, and bam, it worked. And this happened and that happened, because this is going to be an ongoing series. Okay? So I'm going to end this one, and because we're about to pull into the dump. So I'm going to end this and come right back in. Okay? Y'all take care. Thanks. Bye.